everybody, and welcome to my channel. Since this is my first ever YouTube video, yes, I said first ever, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself a little bit. My name is Kaylee B, and you have just stepped into my little slice of beauty heaven. So if any and everything beauty is what you are looking for on a channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell, and you will be buzzed every time I upload. But that's enough about me. Let's move into this video.
Don't let this be our final song.
Okay, so as you saw in the title of the video, this is about Wish makeup. So first, let's pull this hair up out of the way. Now, for those of you that do not know about Wish, it is an app. You can download it on your phone. They have all different kinds of things on there: clothes, makeup, home goods, etc. Anything. And it's cheap, but it does come from overseas. And if you're expecting anything, be ready to wait at least a month. Sometimes you get it earlier, great, but I would expect to wait a month. That we are going to start with is this eyeshadow palette. Now, when I first opened it, I was in awe because there is so much in here that you can do anything with. But I'm going to try and show it to you. It is covered in glitter, so I don't know how it's going to pick up on camera. But look at that. All of that sparkle. It's just enticing you to open it. And then you open it, and this is how it looks. It's a trifold. You have all of your bright shades here in the middle, and then on the two outer panels you have all of your neutral shades. So what we're going to do is we are going to start off with eyes today. Now, another thing that I did get from them is a brush kit. Now, it came in this packaging here. It's just a cream little bifold, opens up. It's very cheap leather. It's not very expensive packaging. And then you have all of these brushes here. They feel really nice and soft, so that's nice. The only thing that sucks is that there's not a wide brush variety. Like, these are the only face brushes that I have. I don't really use these types of brushes, but we are going to make it work. First things first, prime the eyes. Now, since we are applying a lot of pigment, I always want to start off the same way you start off anytime you do anything with any new products. Always make your base the same, because then you can actually see how those new products are performing. So if you're getting a new foundation, make sure your primer is the same. Using new eyeshadows, make sure your eyeshadow base is the same. Whether that be concealer, eyeshadow primer, whatever. So what we are going to do is we are going to start off with an eyeshadow primer. Now, the one I'm using today is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. As you can see, it is a little skin colored, has a little bit of coloration to it, and it tends to help cover the veins in my eyes. I have very pale skin, as you can see, so you can see every little bump, redness, veininess, dark circles, you name it, it's there. Yes. So, I am just rubbing this in, rub. And I like to use my fingers for this part because it is a thicker, tackier formula. And the warmth of your fingers helps to blend it out. Eyes are primed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with a big fluffy crease brush, and since that is tacky, I don't want the eyeshadow to skip, and I want it just to be easier to blend. So I'm just going to go in with a bone shade. Probably one right here, because I'm super pale, so it's probably going to be closest to my shade. I'm just going to tap off the excess on the edge of my mirror, and I'm just going to set my life away. Now this does have a lot of kick up. Like, as you can see, I put my brush in there and powder everywhere. But as long as it blends and performs well, I don't really mind. Now, on the eye, it is looking a little chalky. And it's not really sitting the way I want it to. Like, I feel like it's sticking to some parts of the primer and not others, and it's just a little chalky. But we will work with that. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Alright, so what to do. The typical boring me really wants to go in with this plum shade right here, but there is so much color on this palette that I feel like I can't even do that and do the palette justice. So there is this really pretty, it's like a metallic shade. I'm not trying to flick you off. It's like this metallic purple. I'm loving that. Look at that. Look at that. They have this teal metallic, this gold. Let's just do a couple swatches. Now, they are super powdery and super chalky. But if they blend well and you just take your time, you can receive the same benefits. Patience is a virtue. You learn that with blending. So, let's move on. I really want to do some of these blues and purples. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take that same crease brush that we used to place down that bone shade, and I'm just going to go into a basic neutral brown. This is just going to make it super easy to blend everything else out. Now, I'm actually going to go in with this shade right here. It's just a very light brown, typical transition shade. Nothing too fancy, nothing too exciting. Tap off the excess. Let's blend away. Now this brush, on the other hand, is not my fave. It's super dense, like it's not a fluffy crease brush, so it's not blowing this out as much as I want. Like, I want like a blown out transition, but it does not look bad. Now I'm just like choosing shades and colors as I go. I don't really have a huge planned out eye look in mind. I just know that I have a bunch of colorful eyeshadows sitting in front of me, and it is really calling me to do something very bold, which I don't normally do. That does not look that bad. You just gotta take your time. It blends nicely when you take your time. Alright, well, awesome. So I really like that metallic blue and that metallic purple shade. I think I kind of want to mix them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same brush again, because we don't have very many choices for crease brushes. We have this one. It's a little smaller, but that's really about it. The other one is like eyebrow brush, eyeliner brush, lip brush. Nothing really more for the eyes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this navy shade. I'm just going to blend that into the crease also. And I'm just going right on top of this blue. I mean brown. I put brown down first, not blue. Duh. So I'm just going right on top of this brown transition shade that we put up here. I'm just slowly building the color. Since these are so powdery, what I find makes it easier is I place the color down first. So when I pick it up on my brush and I tap the excess off, I place it on my eye first. So I will place it where I want it, so like that, up in the crease, and then I will go in on that same brush and I'll blend it out and drag it into the inner corner. And that's just what I'm doing here. Just blend, blend, blend. Blue is not coming in as intensely as I would like. It's fading into this brown shade. Just gotta really take your time, pack on the color, and blend it out. Which, I mean, you can get other palettes that do this and don't have to blend it out so much. Like, my eye is kind of raw from the blending, and just this brush is so dense, doesn't really blow out the color, so I'm having to blend it so much. Anyway, moving on. This purple shade. I'm just gonna pack that right on the outer corner. I want to deepen up this outside V to give me that cat eye effect. So I'm just taking the purple and I'm packing it on. And I'm actually using a different brush. I'm using the smaller of the two blending brushes now, out of that little brush kit that I got. I'm actually taking that brush that I was using and I'm going back in with that because that one is not blending at all. It is doing no justice for blending. See, this purple, you can see, it's not sticking to my lid. Like, I have applied it in this area here so many times, and it's just not wanting to stick. And it's blending very splotchy, and well, I lied. I thought that this would be an easy thing, but these are not working. These colors are not working. Let's try to save it with some metallics. So that metallic purple shade that I swatched at the very beginning, I'm actually going to just take that on my finger because these are super powdery as well, and I feel like it will just crumble. I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to stamp that from the inner corner all the way across the lid, all the way to that outside purple. Finding that a lot of the color is sticking to my actual finger and not actually on my eye. Now I'm going to go in with some of that blue metallic shade that we swatched, and I'm just going to apply that right over top of this. Look, there we go. I like the way this looks. That purple and that blue together really gives it a like a spacey galaxy look. I'm actually gonna take a little brush, just a tiny little ledger brush. Actually, I'm gonna take this one. It's flat. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna spray it with the setting spray I have. And I am going to pick up that blue shade to see if that helps it pop. When you get metallic shades like this wet, you tend to do better. A little bit. Nothing major. I honestly think it worked better with my finger. Yes, it did. Worked better with the finger. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of that blue shade we used the first time. I'm just going to go in lightly. I'm just going to blend out any harsh edges or lines from applying that shimmer. I'm going to go back in with that purple. I'm going to do the same thing that I did the first time, just in the outer part. And just in the crease, just to give it back some color here on the edge, some depth. And then I'm actually going to take that purple shade that I tried the first time. And I'm just going to apply it right in the center on top. Like that. These colors just are not performing nicely. Like, when you try to layer them on top of each other, they look really muddy. They're just not doing the best. But whatevs. Okay. So, it will look a lot better with lashes and everything else. The colors just look muddy together. They're not blending nicely together. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. Finally, back. So as you can see, I finished the other eye. I also did my base makeup, my eyebrows. Just put on a chapstick before we move on. I didn't get any new base products, like I said, so I just went ahead and put it on. So, moving on. We are going to finish the lower lash line. We're going to do it the same exact way that we did the upper eye. I'm going to take this eyeshadow brush, the smaller one, this one here, and I'm going to use that to fluff that blue shade all on the bottom lashes. Just because it's softer, that other one was really stiff and it was not working for me. And I'm dragging that all the way from inner to outer, meeting that outside corner. Go in with that same brush, that purple shade. And I'm just going to blend that right on the outer edge. Then, I'm actually going to take this itty bitty little detail brush. And I'm going to pick up this champagne shade. I'm going to take that on a tiny little brush, just like this. I'm just going to put that on the brow bone. What I usually do is I'll blend whatever highlight I'm using all the way across. Then I'll go back in with it either wetted or just packed on the brush even more. And I'll just pack it right there on that arch point. So then my arch has majority of the glow. Because that is my fave. Love brow bone highlight. And then I'm going to take that same one and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and wet the brush actually with my setting spray. And I'm going to put it right back in there and then I'm going to go back in. Just to give it a little oomph. Because I want that inner corner to be really bright. There we go. Love it. Alrighty. The next thing that I got are these eyeliners. So there is a navy blue in here. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in my waterline. It's a very nice color. It's going on nicely. See, I have very, I don't know, watery eyes, I guess. I feel like every time I'm wearing anything dramatic makeup-wise, they just want to cry. Because it's just like, oh, all that hard work and effort that you just put in, let me ruin it for you. I mean, it went on nicely. I'm also going to take that white one, and I'm just going to apply that in my inner corners, just to brighten that up. There we go. Perfect. The next thing is this little blush quad. These are very vibrant colors. It's really powdery already. Very bright, vibrant colors, as you can see. I think I'm just going to go in with the peachy shade just to be safe because I don't want anything too crazy. I might... no, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the peachy shade. There's a little bit of kick up. Shows up a lot on the brush. Oh. Okay, well, that brush just broke. The brush part completely fell off of the handle as when I tapped off the excess on my mirror. I'm going to go ahead and see what this looks like. What I like to do with my blush is I just place it on the apples, and then I like to bring it back into my bronzer because I want to make everything look like it blends together. And if I ever feel like I applied too much, I'll just take a big fluffy brush, even bigger than this, honestly. I mean, like a big one, big, loose, fluffy brush, and I'll just go over the face. That's actually not bad. I like that. I like that blush. The blush, yes. Yay, blush. Next on the list, I got some liquid lipsticks. This one, it is a lip liner and lipstick in one. Now, I don't want anything super bright. What I might do, because I don't have a lip liner, I'm just going to line my lips with this lip liner. Just a little bit, just to give them a little bit of dimension. Okay. Now I'm going to apply this. I love this packaging, by the way. It has these little, they almost remind me of sugar skulls on the lids. And they're all different. Nothing special about the doe foot applicator. It does have a weird smell, though. So did the eyeshadow palette. When I opened it, it had a very chemical smell. That's the only thing. Like, yes, you are getting very cheap makeup, and yes, it might work for you, but are the chemicals in it really safe? The things that they're using, are they safe, you know? I was really curious to see how this stuff would play out because I've shopped on Wish many times before, getting many different things. I've even bought clothes on there before. One time, I believe I had a dress that was supposed to be full black, quarter sleeved, and it was supposed to be like a fitted, nice dress, and when I got it, I swear to you, it was the size of an infant long sleeve shirt. I guess it was supposed to stretch, that was the point, but come on now. There's no way that would fit. It is buildable, which is nice. I'm gonna let it dry down. I want to see how it does completely dry down. It says long-lasting waterproof lip gloss. Well, this being a lip gloss, it is very opaque, which is nice. Now that lip liner, see, I feel like it's starting to bleed. you can tell. Right around the edges there. Ooh, and I don't like the way this feels. It is super drying, super tacky. The color is beautiful, it's great, but look at that. Super tacky. So I guess maybe if you put a lip gloss on top, let's try that. I have a lip gloss right here. But we're just gonna do all gloss. Okay, well, with the gloss, I like it. It looks cute. Let us add some highlight, even though I did not get highlight from Wish. I'm just going to throw some on real quick. Go ahead and see what this fan brush does for us. I don't usually use fan brushes. I usually like to use like a fluffy brush for my highlights. But let's just go ahead and go in. See, this is why I don't like using fan brushes, because I feel like the product just goes everywhere and I can't control where it goes, you know? So I did not like the way that the fan brush was applying that highlighter at all, because like I said, I use a fluffy brush. So I actually am going to go in with the foundation brush, back into that highlighter. I'm just going to apply it right on the very, very tops of the cheekbones. I'm just putting it right in that high point. Just so, ooh, look at that. When I turn, boom, boom, right there, right on that high point. And it just catches that light. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some winged liner and some eyelashes. You don't have to do that step if you don't want to. You can just apply mascara, that's fine, but I feel like this look in my mind needs eyelashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Alright, and I am back, finally, because this wing liner took forever, but I feel like it really pulled the look together. Let's do a quick recap. So the eyeshadow palette has a lot of colors in it. The ones that I used did a little skipping. They were kind of difficult to blend out. You can get other palettes at the drugstore for the same price, maybe even cheaper, that do way better things as far as pigment and blending go. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to use it again. Maybe I might try some other colors, see if they have the same issues. These were very dark colors, very, you know, hard colors, so that could be why. Also, we have all of these eyeliners. I only tried out the blue one, but there are many colors. It stayed in my waterline really well. I mean, I've had it on for how long in this video, and my eyes are very watery. 9 times out of 10, like I said, and it is still there. So I'm curious to see how the rest of these work. Then, finally, well, not finally, we have one more thing. The lipsticks. It was very tacky when I put it on. I don't know if maybe I didn't let it dry down enough. I will play with it a little more, see if I can figure out a way around the tackiness. I don't want to turn down a product too soon. And then the blush palette. I really liked the blush. That was by far the best thing out of this whole video, was the blush for sure. Alright everyone, well, that completes this video, finally. I know it's been a long one, bear with me, it's my first time. But thank you if you are still here 1,000 times over for being a part of this experience. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel for a long time now and never really did because I was always too anxious until now. I'm taking the leap. But if you like what I do here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that bell and you'll be buzzed every time I upload. And remember, stay humble and forever beautiful. Bye!